Hello everyone. So in 2014 you also see inference questions, and these are questions that you seldom see, you seldom saw when you were in junior forms, because you are required to make guesses or form a conclusion based on the information you have from the article, and you cannot copy the answers directly, so you might need to use a little bit of your own words to explain your ideas. But mind you when you use your own words, you still need to base your answer on the article. Okay, so let's look at some example. For question 3, what does Elizabeth think the robot's trying to do? Let's look at the beginning of the story. Oh look, Rachel shouted. So we know there's a character called Rachel, and then there's a robot, and then there's Winston Sinclair. So Winston Sinclair hoped it wasn't one of those sales robots. They were nearly impossible to get rid of, so he doesn't like sales robots, and because the sales robots, they cannot be gotten rid of, that means the sales robots always try to stay there, and they wouldn't want to leave. And so that means Winston picked up Rachel. So if he could pick up Rachel, that means Rachel should be of a small size, and she should be younger, and he raised the viewing screen she has used. The robot was 1 meter tall, gray, squat, plain looking. And robot, what do you want? So there should be Winston. Winston's asking the robot, what do you want? It had a cheap synthesized voice. Winston Sinclair, born February 18th, 2000, question mark. Yeah, worked at Comotech from 2023 to 2026. This is the robot, as you can see. And then somebody else is talking. Honey, don't buy anything. His wife Elizabeth called from the living room. So now basically you understand the story. It's about Winston Sinclair. He has his wife Elizabeth, so you should be able to guess that Rachel was his daughter. And then there's a robot coming to his home. Okay, and the question was, why does Elizabeth, that means the wife here, think the robot's trying to do? It's Elizabeth said, don't buy anything. Don't buy anything. Now, actually, it's not really directly given why, what the robot is trying to do, what Elizabeth thinks the robot's trying to do. But from what she said, don't buy anything, she wants to stop Winston by from buying something. That means, of course, she thinks the robot is trying to sell something. So she needs to stop Winston from buying anything. Okay? So Elizabeth might also think the robot is a sales robot. So you see, you are trying to use your own word like sell, but you still need to use the information based on the article, based on the information from the article. Okay? And who says Winston? Question 12. And why? So later on in the story, after Winston hears Carl's apology, Carl saying sorry to him, he jumped up. Well, when would you jump up? And well, you see, well, in capital letter, you could feel that he was screaming, yelling, "That scoundrel!" You might not know what scoundrel mean, but you could hear that he's like yelling very loudly. That scoundrel, okay? Very, very loudly. So when would you jump up and yell loudly? You could guess that he's quite angry. And then, who says Winston? This is line 53. Who says this? And Winston says sorry to this person. Sorry, I really wanted that job. I always wondered what happened. So, who would Winston say sorry to? Remember, from this story, you know there are 4 people here. One is Winston Sinclair, one is Rachel, one is Elizabeth, and the other is the robot. So who would Winston say sorry to? Who would call him by his name, Winston? Not Rachel, right? From the story, I forgot to copy that. Actually, from the story, Rachel called him Daddy. And so, and Winston should then be saying sorry to the robot. So it should be Elizabeth. But why? So as you can see, you cannot really copy anything from this paragraph here, but you can guess that Winston was extremely angry, and when you shout somebody's name with an exclamation mark here, and when somebody's extremely angry and said something, usually you want to stop this person, right? So you could say she wanted to calm him down, maybe. Calm, not clam, okay? This is calm, A-L-M. Calm him down. Or she might not be happy with this language. Scoundrel, maybe. She didn't want Winston to use the word scoundrel, for example. So there can be actually different reasons, and well, as long as your reason is reasonable and it's based on the story. Can you see I use my own words, but I still use, this is still based on the article. Okay, and then one more example. What is the robot's mission? And it's only 44%. Actually, only 44% of the candidates could get both marks correct. So 2 marks here, and you see 3 lines. That means you should expect that your answer should contain at least 2 parts. So what's the robot's mission? Well, you cannot really find the word mission from the original article, but you can get what the robot is designed to do. If this is the robot's mission, that means he must do it, he has to do it. This is what it is designed for. So from the paragraphs on the left hand side, you could see the robot said, please record your acceptance. Acceptance of what? Acceptance of apologies, of course. Acceptance of somebody saying sorry. And so Winston accepts Carl's apology in the end. And then the robot clicked. That means he stopped. And Winston Sinclair Now you must record an apology. So after the robot recorded Winston's acceptance, it also asked Winston to record an apology. Can you see? So first of all, it asked Winston to accept apology. Secondly, it also asked Winston to say sorry. And if you're not, if you missed this, no problem, because later on in the same, on the right hand side, you see this is Winston. Winston said, "Oh, I thought of another apology." So after he said sorry to the girl, Winston thought of another apology, but the robot said only one apology is allowed. And the robot continued, "Carl will receive this acceptance." So you know there's acceptance of apology, and sharers will receive this apology. So this is the second thing it's designed to do. Okay, so for the first mark, it should be something like to record the acceptance of apologies. The second should be something like to record and deliver apologies. Well, actually, for the first one, I think it's better to also say and deliver. So it's not just to record the apologies, right? Because the robot is going around to also go back to like Carl and go to sharers. So it's going around to send the messages to different people. So I think, well, if you don't know the word deliver, you could also like to send. So or to send the message, something like that. Okay, I hope I have answered your questions.